Okay.
All right, this is Mike Long, and I'm really thrilled to be here with John Pemberthy. Now, you'll notice that right now I'm not on the screen. We're doing this interview on Skype. We weren't able to work things out where I could be on screen and John could be on the screen. But since he's a handsome fellow, we'll let him
Uh,
sort of carry things. John, I'm so glad to have you with us here today. You're really one of the unknown underground growing forces in the online marketing world right now, and it's really cool to pin you down for this walk through, your progression in the online marketing world.
yeah. Well, it's great to be on the call with you.
Oh, great. Well, now, what I'd like to do is that, nowadays, I know specifically of your success because when I open up my when I open up my various accounts, my ClickBank accounts and so forth, I'm constantly seeing little dings coming in from your affiliate ID. In
Yeah.
fact, with various affiliate programs that I have, you've brought in over 1,000 customers for various products over the last year or so, and you're really one of our top affiliates. And it's really cool how you're doing things and how you figure things out. But I want to start with, we'll get to some of that in a second, but I want to start with how it is that you got started. How did you get started in the first place with online marketing?
I always wanted to create a job, not have a job. That was my motto. I was striving to create a business, and I just heard that there was good things happening with the internet. That online, there's lots of opportunities to create full-time jobs. So I just started, just like everyone else has done, just like doing a bit of research, trying to find out ways online that you can start making money. In fact, I actually started with an eBay business. So I was buying and selling things off of eBay. I'd buy something for cheaper and then resell it and market it better, and make a profit off of that increase in sale.
It's funny. I actually got started on eBay myself. So when was
Uh,
this? How long ago was it that you started on eBay?
so that would have been, how long was that? 3, 4 years ago.
Okay, so when you were like 13 years old?
Well, about 16 actually, I think.
I was
Yeah,
just, I was
20
that,
years
that
old
was a
now.
little bit of an age joke there. No, I'm
Yeah,
just kidding around. You're a very young looking guy. So
yeah,
so you kind of heard, maybe you don't even remember how, but you sort of were aware that people were making money online, and it made
yeah.
sense to you to get started on eBay. Maybe you bought a few things on eBay or whatever,
Yeah,
and
well, I tell you, it's quite a funny story because actually I started by buying and selling my friends' bike parts. So I would go down to the skate park regularly and I would ride my BMX bike, and all of my friends would want to sell their various bike parts. So I would buy it off them for a price that I knew I could go home and sell it on eBay for a lot more. And that's how I got started on eBay. And then I thought, actually, there's something in this. So then I would buy stuff from eBay and then resell it for more.
oh,
And then
you'd actually buy
it
it
got bigger
on
and bigger. So then
eBay.
I started getting suppliers, and I would actually get shipped box loads of whatever I was selling, and then resell it for a profit and buying through wholesale. But it was just getting a bit complicated with, you've constantly got to be buying stock, you've got to be holding stock, constant trips to the post office every day, paying for shipping. It was just a bit frustrating to be doing that every single day. And I just kind of could see at the same time that people were making money online with things like affiliate marketing, where there's no shipping costs, there's no production costs. So one, it's less hassle for you, and two, you get a much higher percentage of the sale because there's no shipping costs or handling costs. So that's
Well,
kind of how I looked into affiliate marketing and got started there.
that's really cool. Well, what I want to do is I want to slow things down and back up just a little bit and understand, kind of zoom in on your experience with eBay. So first you began by buying bike parts, for cash on the cheap,
Yeah,
and then you'd
yeah,
sell them. And then now, what sort of things, when you said you were buying things off of eBay, how did you buy things off of eBay? How did you know that you could get, a better price and do better marketing? Was it that other people, they sort of had auctions that were kind of lame, and they had
yeah,
like low feedback and didn't do a good job of explaining what it was that they were selling? Like, how did that
yeah.
all work?
That's it. So I'd just look at different. It would be a whole variety of different products. I would just spend all day on eBay just looking at auctions that were going for things that. So that they weren't marketing them very well. So their pages were very plain. They weren't giving much detail about the item that they were selling. Like you say, they had low feedback, not many previous orders, and so they just didn't have very good rep on eBay. Plus, they weren't marketing their product very well and having lack of keywords. So obviously, when someone types in to eBay what they want, you want your auction to be shown.
So,
And so
can
they
you give me
weren't.
an example of one that you would have done, like something that you would have found on eBay? And I think it's fun for people to kind of zoom in on this
Yeah.
stuff
So
because it helps like really
I,
walk through your thoughts and stuff.
yeah. So you know, a part of me can't actually remember what it was. I would have started with bike parts. I would have just continued that route,
Okay, so
and
let's
been
take an
then looking
example.
at bike parts and buying it. I remember one sale I made. I bought a bike on eBay. I saw that someone wasn't selling it very well. I think I bought it for around about 20 or 30 pounds. As soon as it got shipped to me, I just uploaded it straight onto eBay, marketed it better, made the page look good, and I think I sold that bike for about £200.
Okay, great. So let's zero in on that particular sale, because that's such a great example. So
Yeah,
first of all, you have a little bit of expertise with bikes. You know that you know how these BMX bikes work. Uh,
yeah.
I used to ride a little BMX bike myself, so I know what that's like.
Yeah.
And so how were you able to know that it was a good deal? If they were doing a bad job with their marketing, then how could you, like, you know, because are you taking kind of a risk in buying it yourself, or was there a
So,
way that you
so
knew that it was good?
before I bought it, I would go onto eBay and find auctions for that exact bike that were being sold very well. So people that were marketing that bike the correct way,
And
and
the
then I would
correct way
find
would
what
be,
kind of price they were going for if
yeah.
you market it well. And so then I would kind of get a rough idea of how much profit I could make. I knew that I could make some money from that because I knew it was going to sell. Well, I know how much I was going to pay for the bike at the end of the auction, and I could
Yeah.
see how much
No,
the exact bike was
I
selling for on the other
understand.
side of eBay. So I
Yeah,
knew I could make a profit.
I understand that part of it, but what I'm trying to do is figure out how it was the specifics of how you, like, all right, so let's say, for example, someone listening right now might think, well, you know, that bike that you bought for 20 pounds, did you just get lucky? Were you kind of taking a risk with it, and so you're gambling a little bit, or was there a way that you knew that it was a good deal? Because in the sense that, you know, if the seller has a low rep, maybe he's not going to sell to you. Did you contact the seller and ask them more questions about the bike? Um, was there really plenty of information there about the bike, but they were just using the wrong keywords, or their auction just didn't
Yeah.
look very good? What were? Let's just try to zoom in on it a little bit. Take our microscope and take a look, because I think these kinds of things tend to carry over as we go through a progression. Because you've really done something remarkable with affiliate marketing. You're one of the top top affiliates that I've seen for a number of my programs, and you're doing things so differently than other affiliates. I think it's really worthwhile to take out a microscope and kind of zoom in on your approach to things.
Yeah. So I would have known when buying the bike, I would have known that I was making a good investment. I don't think I was taking. I mean, there's always a risk with eBay if they've got a low rep and they haven't got that much feedback. You could run into problems where you buy the bike and they don't contact you, or then they close their account after they've taken your money. But one side of it was that it was such a cheap bike that it wouldn't really be worth them doing that. And they had enough feedback for me to know, okay, if I buy this bike, they've got enough feedback that I know I will get the bike
Yeah,
because they've got a
they
good
might have
account,
like
but they just
10
didn't have
feedback or
enough
something.
that someone else who just wants to definitely 100% get their bike would buy from them. So what's a good feedback? I can't even remember my eBay days. Let's say that they've got maybe 10 previous feedbacks.
Yeah.
And so that's enough for me to know, okay, if I buy this, they have had orders in the past, so I know that I'll get the bike and I'll make some profit
Right.
from it. Whereas someone else who's looking for that specific bike to actually buy for themselves, they might want someone who's got 100+ feedback before they buy from them. And then I would have, like you say, I would have just known that the bike was a good bike. I would have checked the make, I would have checked the model, and I would have researched it then on the other side of eBay and seen what that exact bike was selling for, and know that I was going to make a profit when I resell it on.
Because on eBay, one of the really powerful things that you can do is look at closed auctions and see what auctions that have successfully sold went for. And so you know what the general market price has been recently.
Yeah,
Okay, so let's take a look at this bike. And basically they might not have very good pictures of it. They might not have a very good description of it. Like you said, the keywords might not be kind of correct in their title. And then you get it, and then what do? You took better pictures of it, wrote kind
yeah,
of a better description about it. You had a higher feedback because you've been selling bike parts for a while. Like, can
yeah.
you kind of paint a mental picture for us as best as you can kind of remember?
Okay, so their auction, like you say, would have lacking in pictures. They wouldn't show much. The description would be very, very short. It would just be one plain white page with a little bit of black text explaining just a tiny bit about the bike, which might put users off, might put buyers off.
Yeah.
So when I resold the bike, I had a really nice, catchy title. I had a template for my page, so when I sold it, I would have nice graphics, you know, bike graphics. The page would look really nice. It would look really professional. I'd have lots of, excuse me, lots of bullet points about the bike, descriptions, pictures, all throughout the page, and my feedback would have been good as well. So my overall page would have looked so much more enticing to buy from than the page that I bought it from.
Okay, so because that brings me, and we won't skip completely back to present day, but just for a moment, let's skip forward to present day, because I know when I see your presentations, like a lot of times you'll use video jacking and video marketing to be successful as an affiliate. Then your presentation is really crisp and really clear. You yourself are a good speaker. You usually have a kind of a nice background behind you. You'll have well researched the product that you're either recommending or in a few cases not recommending. And so again, what you have is it's like you have a system for, like in this case, being an affiliate or being a reseller or however you want to look at it. Things are just a little bit more systematized on your end of things than someone who's taking a bit more of an amateur perspective.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, that's great. I really like that. I feel the same way about, I don't know if you get, for example, like my Bring the Fresh or OMG emails, but I send them out as HTML emails with like nice graphics, and you know, they say a picture is worth 1,000 words. And so, you know, for instance, if I was talking about you, I might have, you know, your good-looking picture and on there, maybe a picture of one of your YouTube accounts and some of your earnings. Actually, I think I did that at one point. I think I actually promoted one of your video channels. I was like, well, look at what this guy's doing, this John guy's doing, and where they'd actually get to see kind of like a good-looking picture of you. And you know, I had a lot of experience. I was thinking about last night where I would write like much longer emails in the past because I would have to just write down the mental picture in my head. I would have to type it up as opposed to having like a good-looking, sharp picture. So it's the same kind of thing where you're able, yes, you have more text than just one or two sentences like the other person has, but you also have things kind of organized and systematized. You have different pictures of the bike, different angles, bullet points on why the bike is great to kind of take somebody who's thinking about the bike. Because one of the things about eBay is you really want to entice a number of bidders to get in there, not just one person, one buyer, but you really kind of want a feeding frenzy. Yeah,
that's it. It's all about just making it look nice and making it look more appealing, more attractive, and naturally people would be more attracted to your page or your website or whatever you're promoting.
Yeah, and one of the things I think that you tend to do, and I'm sort of hallucinating what one of your auctions might look like right now, but one of the things I've noticed in your marketing, and I'm a big fan of your videos and so forth, is that you come across very human. Like people really feel like there's a real person there.
Yeah. Yeah, I like to create videos, pretty much what we're doing now. So if I'm sending an email out to my list, or I'm just putting a video out on YouTube, more often than not, it's just me sitting at my desk, just talking to the camera. I'll have nice graphics. I'll have things on the page that look really nice and really appealing, a good title, good headline. But the video itself, I like it to be really nice and personal and engaging. And I think that's, it's just really, really nice to do that, as opposed to have them not see your face. And I just think it's more personal, more attractive.
Definitely. Okay. So now, as you're doing this eBay stuff, you're used to doing, you know, researching on eBay and you're looking around at stuff, and you start becoming more and more aware. Do you know how you started becoming aware of affiliate marketing?
How did I? Oh, okay. I actually remember. So when I was looking into how to make more money on eBay, I bought a training course that would show me how to do that. And it was just a video training course that was saying, you know, I'm going to lay out for you how you can make more money with eBay. And I noticed that the payment processor was ClickBank. And I went through ClickBank to make my purchase, and I got the training course. And then he said, I've got an affiliate program. So if you want to promote me and make a sale for my video training, I will give you a commission in return. and that kind of caught my eye. I was like, hold on a minute. So if I can sell this guy's video course, there won't be any shipping, there won't be any production costs. You know, it's digitally downloadable, it's very quick, and I can make a 50%, 75% commission on that sale. So then I looked more into ClickBank, and then I'd research ClickBank, and I found out what it was and what it's about, and I just looked more into affiliate marketing. So that's actually how I got into it. Yeah, I remember now. I bought that training course and then realized that he had an affiliate program. So then I looked into what this whole affiliate marketing world was about.
That's really cool. Do you remember whose course it was?
No, I have no idea.
That's great. Did you gain anything? Did your auctions get a little bit better from that course, or do you not really remember at that point what happened with eBay?
I honestly can't. I don't think I did much with that training course. I think I pretty much bought that, and my attention was completely on affiliate marketing at that point, and I just looked into that, and I pretty much just dropped eBay almost completely. I was obviously still ticking over and making money, but I was putting a lot of time into affiliate marketing because I could see the benefit of breaking into that market.
It's funny how these things happen, because so often, one of the things that you've been able to do is you've probably recommended at this point dozens of different products, and they each have their own little high points, and that's kind of a good example where that course really changed your life, despite the fact that you didn't really use it for the purpose that you bought it for.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's really neat. So can you walk us through, again, let's take out that microscope and zoom in a little bit on what it was like for you when you were first looking on ClickBank and seeing stuff. Like from there, why don't you take me through to where you first started making affiliate offers for other people, and how you did it, how you got visitors for it, how it went. Like, just take me from there kind of slowly with our microscope to, let's say, the first affiliate sale that you make that you remember.
Okay, so I would be looking into ClickBank more. I was working out what that was, what it's about. I got very confused, very overwhelmed very quickly. I'm sure, like a lot of you guys watching this video have experienced as well. I bought into a lot of courses that would then try to teach me how to make money online, try to teach me how to make money with affiliate marketing. So I would be looking on ClickBank and finding products on there that were actually telling me that they would show me how to make money online and these push-button millionaire softwares. And so I got scammed many times. I had about a year and a bit, I think, of making absolutely no money, just zilch, but constantly buying into products and constantly trying to fit information in my head and learn how this whole affiliate marketing game works. And I was just getting little bits and nuggets of information from different courses, but nothing was actually making me money. And believe it or not, I think, well, you know this already, it was actually Bring the Fresh that first started my success, I believe, and it was a little bit of Google Sniper as well. So obviously they're two very similar courses. They teach the same method, but there's differences there as well. So I kind of took information from Bring the Fresh and Google Sniper and combined the two and had this kind of business model that I could roll with. And I started putting up these little affiliate sites that would rank in Google, and first started making some money there. Yeah, so that's kind of how I started making money.
That's
so
really cool.
Put these little affiliate sites together.
Yeah, that's really cool. So let's back up to the middle part of that. One of the things that you pointed out, you said, well, you got scammed a bunch of times.
Yeah.
But you're also picking up nuggets of information here or there. Can you point to one or two or three of the nuggets that you would have learned? Once again, maybe with a course that didn't wind up being exactly what you thought it would be, but then maybe you learned something from the marketing, or maybe you learned something from the presentation of the product, or from the way the affiliate approached things. Can you kind of talk about a couple of the specific experiences that you had before, let's say, before you got Bring the Fresh?
Yeah, sure. So, oh, excuse me, my computer just logged me up. There we go. For example, if I would buy a course that was going to teach me a specific method, even if that method didn't work, if I followed the training, I would just learn these little bits of information that would help me in the future with my marketing. For example, one course might show me how to cloak an affiliate link. Something quite simple, but I didn't know that at the time. So I didn't actually make any money from that course, but I learned how to cloak an affiliate link, which is something that's it's very beneficial now and very helpful.
And how do you cloak? I'm sure somebody watching right now is thinking, how do I cloak an affiliate link, and why is that useful?
So, well, there's two main reasons. Number one is a ClickBank or any other affiliate link just looks really ugly. It's just got loads of codes, loads of numbers. So if you have a website that links to that link and people can see this ugly looking link, or you have it in the description of your YouTube video, this fat ugly link, no one wants to click on that because it actually looks very spammy, and could be a scam, and it could send
Almost looks like a
virus.
almost looks like a virus or something, right?
Yeah, just people could think if they click on that, their computer's going to shut down, it's going to malfunction, and so cloaking, sorry, your affiliate link makes it look very nice. So if you've got the domain name hello.com, you can send someone to a link that is now hello.com/weight loss, and the link that would have been ugly and full of code, and now you can transform it into this really nice looking link that comes from your, or any URL that you choose that obviously belongs to you.
And you said there are two benefits. One is that it looks better. What's the other benefit?
So I've never actually experienced this, but I hear that people can steal your affiliate commission. So I think the way that works is they can see what payment processor that link is going to, whether it be ClickBank or something like that, and they can just go to that payment processor themselves, get their own affiliate link, and buy the product through themselves, as opposed to buying through you. So they're basically,
it kind of gives you peace of mind,
stealing your affiliate commission.
Got it. Okay, so and then you accomplish that with a redirect?
Yes, yeah.
What kind of a redirect do you use? Out of curiosity for people.
I used to go through a big long process of creating a file on your computer and putting that into a folder on your hosting account and putting that folder onto your domain name. And actually now, if you have a WordPress blog, and this is all I use at the moment to cloak affiliate links. If you have a WordPress blog, search in plugins and add a new one and search for redirection. Just that one word, redirection. And that is a fantastic plugin that you can literally just type in the target URL, so this ugly looking link, type in the subpage that you want it to link to, so hello.com/ I want it to link to weight loss, and it will just do that instantly for you, and it's absolutely no hassle. I have that plugin on every single WordPress blog that I have, and it's an amazing plugin, and it's free. So
great. So the redirection plugin, that's a nice tip.
Yeah.
Okay, so one thing that you learned from these courses were you pick up nuggets, and so it kind of seems like, let's imagine that that you bought a course called Push Button Facebook Billionaire or whatever.
It's highly possible.
Right. Then you might not ultimately end up doing any Facebook marketing, but you might learn how a redirect works from the insides of that product.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Now, certainly you must have been learning about marketing as well when you were buying these various products, because they got you to buy.
Yeah. So I would see their sales process, which was really helpful. So I would see that after every sale, you had to enter your name and email address to download the product. So I was thinking, okay, why do they want my name and email address? And then I see that emails are coming through from them promoting other products. So I was just learning how marketing works, how you capture someone's name and email address, you build a list.
Let's talk about list building, because even though you don't have the biggest list in the world, your list hits really hard. Not only are you one of the top all-time affiliates for some of my programs, but you're also, I see you pop up on leaderboards of various launches and so forth. About how big is your internet marketing list at this point?
So at the moment, it's just going on 10,000.
Mm-hmm.
It's about 10,000. But I can do a lot with that.
Yeah, for sure. And how have you built that list?
I've built that over, obviously, the whole time I've been on affiliate marketing, and just I mainly, the traffic sources I like are traffic sources where someone gets to know me before they join my list. I've never been a fan of someone just joining a blind squeeze page where your name is not associated with it, your picture is not associated with it. So the emails they're getting is just from someone that they don't even know. They have no idea who they are, and you're just going to get a really low EPC. I mean, I like YouTube, for example. They can see me, see my face, they know me, they like me, and then if they come on over to my page and opt in to join my mailing list, I know that they've joined because they like me and they want my personal training.
Now, are you usually getting people to opt in before they make an affiliate purchase, or after they make a purchase to get your bonus, or both?
Before.
Before, got it. All right, we'll zoom more into that, because I think that's very, very valuable. And I also will want to zoom in on how it is that you communicate with your list and so forth. But let's back up a little bit. So let's talk about some of the things that you learned from the marketing. Like, I just kind of want to get one more nugget, because again, in our minds we can zoom past these things, but they can really turn out to be so valuable for someone who's watching and meeting you right now. So, so for example, you also would see other people like what was it that first sparked you to get into video marketing itself? Because I believe that video marketing is one of the least understood and yet most powerful ways. Uh,
Absolutely.
yeah, and I know you're passionate about that as well. So, what were some of the things that sparked you to get into video marketing?
Um, so I would see that I just saw that there was something in YouTube. I could hear the stats that we all hear that it's, the third largest website on the internet. It's the second largest search engine. So I just knew it was an absolutely huge website, and I also could see that you can have interaction with someone before they come to your page. So like I was saying, they can see a video of yourself before they come over to your page. So I really liked that approach, and I just thought, actually, that's what I want. I want people to see me before they come to my page, so that I know that they're coming because they like me. So that's what really attracted me to YouTube. I knew that there were benefits. I knew it was huge, and so I just looked into it more and thought, no, I'm gonna crack the code on this. I'm gonna find out how we make money with YouTube.
Well, that's really cool because going back to your eBay auctions, that kind of reminds me of very similar to what you did with eBay, because other people would just have very short, terse text descriptions,
Yeah,
and you were presenting yourself before people made a bidding decision. They were getting
yeah,
to know you a little bit by the caring that you put into your page, by having a nice looking template, by having
yeah,
pictures, by having a more detailed description.
yeah. So that's how I wanted to do things. I didn't want to just send them to an ugly looking page. I wanted them to see me, get to know me, like how my page looked, be attracted to it, and then hopefully join my mailing list.
Yeah, very nice. Okay, great. All right, so then at some point you come across Bring the Fresh. Do you happen to remember how you found Bring the Fresh? I'm just kind of curious.
Um, no, I have no idea.
That's so
Somewhere,
funny.
found it somewhere on the internet.
That's funny. Yeah,
Got lost in this internet thing.
sure, sure. Okay, so then you join Bring the Fresh, and probably at some point we might have recommended that you join Google Sniper, and then you join that. And then at what point did you start making, like, I guess that you started having web pages and then you transitioned over to video, or what was the progression from there? So once you got Bring the Fresh, how did you transition to start having some success with affiliate marketing?
So the transition from web pages to video, I would think was I would put these affiliate sites up, and the articles and the written stuff that I would put on them wasn't converting very well. And I thought, okay, I'm gonna try video. I'm gonna record a video. I'm gonna paste that onto my blog, my web page, whatever it was, and see if that converts better. And I could see that it was. So then I thought, well, actually, why don't I just upload these videos straight to YouTube, bypass the whole creating of a website, and then just market straight from YouTube and get them directly to a web page from there, as opposed to coming to a web page first and then watching my video.
Okay, so let's talk through this. What was your first, like, kind of as you warmly remember some of the good affiliate promotions that you've done in the past? What was the first one that you really felt like the pieces started really coming together? You might have built a few people onto your list. You might have made a few sales where you said to yourself, you know what? If I just do more of this, then I'm writing my own ticket.
Yeah. So the specific strategy that I would have used, is
Well,
that what you're...
let's try to zoom in on a specific promotion, like maybe a specific YouTube video that you made, and you may, this may be a little bit hard for you to remember because I know you've done a lot of promotions. But
Yeah.
as you look back, I can almost imagine you looking back in your memory for a specific promotion that you did, where you'd have a YouTube video. That YouTube video would point people to, like, slash whatever, slash millionaire code, or whatever,
Yeah.
some product that you're promoting, and you remember that your list, maybe you got 10 or 20 or 50 people onto your list, maybe you made 3 or 4 or 5 sales. Can you maybe try to think of, like, the furthest back that you can think of a successful promotion that you did? Maybe just anything like that where we're pretty specific. You at least somewhat remember what the product was, somewhat remember the marketing, because
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
So
And by the way, in fairness to somebody watching right now, John has just done so much successful marketing, and he takes such a broad based approach, and he researches and promotes so many different products that it's probably hard for him to remember, but
kind
yet
of.
and yet it is so valuable for him to do so.
Yeah. So I genuinely can't remember what the first promotions would have been. The first thing that's come to my head when you said that is I remember very clearly how I knew that list building was the way forward, and it was the first. I think it was the first time I made a fair amount of money, and it's the first thing that comes to mind. So I used that. I was sending people to my squeeze page and trying to build a list, and I was building a list, but I didn't have a follow-up sequence. I hadn't really learnt about that yet. So I had a few numbers in my Aweber account, but wasn't doing anything with them. They were just literally just sitting there doing nothing. And I remember I had I think it was about 200 people on that list. And then I thought, you know what? I found a good product that people were buying, people were happy with. I had a look at it. I was very happy with the product. And I thought, well, why don't I just send that to this 200 people that I've got on my list, and see whether any of them buy. You know, there's no harm to that. So I sent out an email to those 200 people, and I remember I made about $1 per person that was actually on my list. So not the people that actually clicked through to the website. So I made about $200 off of a 200-person list, and that's when I was like, light bulbs. Okay, I've just made $200 instantly from an email that I sent to an extremely small list. Let's grow that list. Let's do more. So I remember that was the first kind of wavelength from when I started making some money with that.
That's really cool. So leading up to that point, there were launches that you're promoting either with or without, and at that point you were kind of doing like mostly launch tracking. Is that correct?
A little bit of that, yeah.
Or maybe a kind of a mixture of launch tracking and also marketing for kind of more established offers.
Yeah, so I was doing a little bit of launch tracking, and I was also just targeting just random keywords as well. So in different markets, different niches. But yeah, launch tracking and random keywords.
Okay, great. And in doing that, mostly your focus had been to build a list, but then it hadn't really dawned on you. Like, of course you knew that you were building a list to make money, but somehow the dots weren't completely connected until you found this product. Now, what was the product that you decided to promote and you made $200 on?
I cannot remember. That must have been like a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah,
I cannot remember.
Okay, great. So at that point, did you sent out a text email to your list? You made $200, and it really was motivating for you. Like suddenly you woke up the next day and you were like, I am building my list.
Yeah. It did feel just like that. I thought, actually, wow, I've gone from trying to make money online to actually I'm building a business right now. So that was a really nice moment.
For sure. So that really is a nice moment. I know that I constantly have the feeling like I'll be walking down the street and I'll just think I've got a list, and I'll just really feel a warm, good feeling about it. I'll know that individuals like you are on my list, people who can really take advantage of what I'm sharing with them and grow and become more successful themselves. And it's a really great feeling. It's also a feeling of security. So going from 200 to 10,000. What are some of the moves that you made, in going from a list of 200 people to a very responsive 10,000 person list?
It's all about rinsing and repeating, So once you've found something that's working and something that's working well, why would you just stop there? You just keep going. So once I found a method that was working, or a few different methods that were working, then it is just about, you hear it all the time, it's about take action, actually do something with your information. So for when I had a small list and when I was hardly doing anything, I realize now it was because I would start something and not finish it. I would start something else and not finish it. And I would just be trying to take in loads and loads of information and not actually sit down and do something with it. So that was the moment when I realized that list building was great. So I was like, okay, I'm going to focus all of my energy into building this list. And so then that's what it came down to, is putting time and effort into that specific strategy. And then you see results because you're putting time into it.
That really makes a lot of sense. So let's just say, for example, that you are list building. So almost you're putting list building ahead of affiliate sales because you feel like, well, it's building the list that's going to make me the affiliate sales.
Yeah, I'll make that on the back end. So it's all about just getting someone into your community, your funnel first, and then business comes on the back end.
Great. So can you give me an example? I'm sure somebody watching right now is just licking their chops to understand how it is that like for an example or for a bit of a template that they could use to build their list. And it wouldn't even have to be in the internet marketing world. It could be, and I know you're in a bunch of different niches. It could be in relationship advice or diet and health, or it could be for local marketing or whatever. But since we're talking about internet marketing, let's imagine that you were marketing we both made a bit of a joke about push button millions or push button millionaire or something like that, which I think is actually literally a current launch. That'd be the kind of thing that in the past I sort of would have made a bit of a joke about, but that is literally a launch name right now. But let's imagine that you had looked into push button millionaire and actually did have some good insights. Maybe it was even a list building product or a product about how to get good rapid traffic. So let's imagine that was a good product. I don't know whether it is or not. I haven't looked at it. And let's imagine that you were going to make one of these YouTube launch jacking pages for it. Then how might you present it? Like if you kind of role play for a minute and imagine that you're making a video for push button millionaires, or push button millionaire, then how might that sound? If you imagine that from when you start doing some role playing, that we're watching one of your YouTube videos. Like, can you kind of? I know I'm kind of putting you on the spot here because I know you really prepare for your videos and so forth. But I think that'll be literally very valuable for people to have a template from you and to see through your eyes how you might present an offer like that.
So whenever you're putting together a YouTube promotion, when you want to promote something through YouTube, for example, this product, you want to be targeting that specific keyword. So whether it be the product name that you want to target, whether it's push button millionaire, or you just want to target some random keyword about how to make money online fast. And you want to redirect that traffic to that product to make sales, which is actually a great way of doing it as well. So you would just pick whatever keyword you want to target, and you would focus that whole video, base it around that keyword. So have that keyword in the title, in the description, in your tags, and then in terms of the video, I really, like I said earlier, I'm a fan of just sitting in front of the camera, talking to the camera, and don't think that I'm confident with it, you guys that are watching. I mean, a part of me hates getting behind the camera. But I just feel like it's something I've got to do and that I want to do because I know it works really well. So I would just sit behind the camera, I would prepare slightly what I'm going to talk about, and I would try and entice them, let them know a little bit about my story and my backstory, and then invite them to come over to my webpage. So I'm not forceful, I'm not, I just, once they hear a little bit about me, then I'll just say, if you want to check out the product that I'm liking at the moment or a product that I'm recommending, feel free to click the link in the video description or the link across the screen if you have a watermark, and then that way get them over to your website or get them straight to that affiliate promotion. So that's actually a way you can do it, is create your video, talk about the product, talk about why you like it, why it's good, and then say there's a link to that specific product in the video description, and they can go ahead and click on that, go over to the product, and and they can possibly buy and make yourself a commission.
Got it. So let's imagine, let's take something like, and I realized as you were talking, I really kind of put you at a disadvantage by picking kind of a science fiction product. Like, like when I say science fiction, I mean you probably haven't researched it. I haven't researched it. Let's imagine that you were going to do one of these pages for say Bring the Fresh, and you're because you understand Bring the Fresh pretty well, and you have it targeted pretty well. So how might that sound? Like can you kind of almost create what that video would look like in front of us right now? Let's say you're just targeting the keyword Bring the Fresh, or Bring the Fresh 2013 will be coming out relatively soon. So what might a Bring the Fresh 2013 video from John Pemberthy, like not so much you talking about the video, but almost create the video in front of us, what it might be like. Of course, it would only be kind of a mock-up version of it or a draft version of it. But so we can kind of see, how would you bring something like that to life to kind of give us a template to learn from?
So firstly, in terms of if it's a video that you want someone to really connect with you on a personal level, I find that actually I don't like having music in the background of the video. I think when you get in the music and you're doing a really professional green screen behind you, then people get a little bit turned off because they're like, okay, this guy's a little bit too professional. He's really trying to get business out of me. If you just sit behind your computer on your webcam, it entices people more. They connect with you more because you look like you're in a homely environment. So I would always just sit like this behind the webcam or have my camera in front of me. And I don't like to go over maybe 2, 3, 4 minutes. I don't like to bore people because that's very easy to do. If it's just a video where you're just talking to your camera, you can bore people quite easily if you're not constantly keeping them awake and keeping them upbeat. So I don't really like to go over 2, 3, maybe 4 minutes at most, if it's just to get them over to my website to have a look at something that I'm doing.
Great. So could you kind of give us a role playing of like what that 2 minutes would look like? Like if you're like if I were turning the camera on right now and you were going to promote Bring the Fresh for the keyword, say Bring the Fresh 2013 or 2012 or whatever, that's what we're currently on, then and I know that you're going to try to build your list, get them over to your page. Like what specifically, like what exactly might you say? And I know I'm completely putting you on the spot. I didn't prepare you for this, but I think that as I'm watching right now, as I'm being empathetic and caring about a viewer watching you right now, that's what they're going to want to know is, well, what does it look like? You know, not so much talking about it,
Okay.
but if you were actually to do it, you know, just do it.
Okay, so I would let them know about myself.
So go ahead. So just go ahead and just do it though. Just be John Pemberthy.
Do a little role play. Okay,
yeah,
here we go.
Yeah.
Here's a bit of fun. So I would maybe just say something along the lines of, "Hi guys, it's John Pemberthy here. I'm an affiliate marketer for so many years. I've been doing this and that and looking into this." I might talk to them a little bit about my experience with products that didn't work and left me in the lurch and not making any money. And then I might say, you know, I'd finally found some success. I started making money with this product called Bring the Fresh. It's been working really well for me for the last year or so that I've been using it. And actually, they've just come out with this new product now, Bring the Fresh 2012, which means it's completely updated. Everything's changed. Everything's remodeled. And it keeps up with Google updates that keep coming out. And I've put a review together over at my site. So feel free to hit the link below. That will send you straight to my website where you can watch my review. Or if I was building my list at this point, to then promote on the back end, I might say, you know, and if you want to learn more about me or you want to download my personal free training that I offer, you can hit the link below. That will send you to my webpage where you can download my free affiliate marketing training. And then on the back end of that, I would make money from the opt-ins that I get, and I'd promote Bring the Fresh on the back end of that.
Brilliant. You know, I got to say, as a viewer right now, I don't know if the viewers are emotionally feeling what I'm feeling, but I imagine a lot of them are, that you really come to life. Like when you're actually doing that promotion, like, because mostly what I have you doing right now is something that you don't do a lot of, which is reflecting on and talking about why you're successful. But just for a couple minutes there, we got this incredibly valuable template from you, and we could see you, John Pemberthy, really come to life, the extraordinary presence that you have. And I say this because it's something that you've built up by skill through time. You've gotten better and better at doing.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, terrific. Well, cheers. You know, John, I got to say that I think that this presentation has been so very valuable, and actually it is true. You actually do have a list, of course, that people can join, and we've actually included a link below this video where people can join your list. Can you let people know a little bit about what they'll be getting for joining your list?
So the main page that link will direct you to is the page that I give out the best strategies that I'm using at the moment in my marketing. So that page will constantly be updated. So sometimes I'll promote different bits of training, but it'll always be what's working best for me at the moment. So like I say, the link below will send you to a page that when you hop on that list, you will get free access to training that is working best for me at the moment. So the method that I'm using the most, making me the most amount of money, once I've mastered it, once I work out exactly what's going on, then I teach it to you through that free training. So yeah, you'll be able to grab the training from me that actually it's the model and the method that I'm using at the moment to make the most amount of money.
That's brilliant. Well, I got to say, I couldn't recommend more that you do take action. Go to the link below, just like John said. And enjoy, lap up what he has to share. John, it's such an exceptional value working with John. I personally always feel motivated to talk to John, not just because he's exceptionally successful, but because he's also doing things in such a different way. I don't believe that anybody else in the online marketing world is doing things the way that John's doing them. And so you're really getting literally a completely different point of view, which is so rare. So often you just see people copying each other and copying the old methods and so forth. But with John and with this opportunity you have right now, you can get specifically what's working for John right now. And of course, you know, he keeps it refreshed and updated as time goes on. So please take action. Click on the link below. Join John's email address. Make sure to confirm your subscription. And John, thank you so much for being just incredibly generous with your valuable time here today.
It's not a problem. Thank you for having me, and I really hope that has helped your viewers. I hope they've got those nuggets that I was talking about earlier on. I hope that they've picked up a few nuggets from this video that they can actually implement and start using in their marketing to hopefully start making money or make more money if they've already started to see some success. So yeah, thanks for having me. I've really appreciated being here.
All right, terrific. I'm going to end the recording now.
Cool. Take care.